Hello, everybody. It's James Bartolet. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025, and welcome to our first broadcast of the year for Inside the Industry with James Bartolet. We're here in the kitchen because I'm going to be baking up some big monster baked potatoes. So we could have the regular baked potatoes, or we could have the new special James's steak and eggs baked potato, and we're going to show you that recipe in just a little bit. But we've got some incredible guests on the show. Calling in tonight, one of the most popular publicists to be not only in the adult industry but also the mainstream industry as well. The lovely Miss Sue Procko is going to be calling in just a little bit and talking about a special master class workshop that she's going to be doing about how to handle yourself on the red carpet, which is very important because we're at award season. I was just at the Golden Globes over the weekend, but now we've got X3, XBiz coming up next weekend. And then after that, we have the AVN Awards. So Sue's going to be calling in, and then Christy Canyon's going to be calling in at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock. And we'll be talking to the legendary Miss Christy Canyon. But in the meantime, we've got two incredibly legendary great guests here right now. Aria Banks, who has been in the industry for 6 years now, a very lovely woman who has got a huge list of credit of movies. You look her up on the IFD.
IMBD.
I am that too. You look her up on that, and this list just goes on and on and on. It's huge. But she has got some interesting new projects she's doing, and she's going to be signing at X3 and AVN. So ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Aria Banks is here with us. And I don't know why you're calling in when I'm on the air. I'm on the air, Harry. Okay. And that's probably Harry Sparks reminding me to tell everybody Scissors will be premiering on Tubi this weekend. So that's going to be exciting. Now, also here with us, we are very honored to have this gentleman because we have never had somebody with this list of credentials on him. 11, count them, 11 Emmy Awards. Damien is here with us tonight, and 240. 240. Damien 240 is here. He has got a brand new, very exciting, brand new reality show that is coming up, and it's starring such stars as Kiki Dare and my buddy Katie Morgan, and he's going to be talking to us. It is in pre-production right now.
Yes, it is.
So for all of you people that are new to show business terms, pre-production means the months or weeks that we spend before we put out a mainstream or an adult production. Yeah. It's called pre-production.
There's a lot of homework that goes into it before you actually start shooting.
Oh, yeah.
It takes months.
Oh, yeah.
So we're in that stage right now.
Well, we're putting this together, so we're going to talk to both of them. Mm-hmm. We have the mall.sexy has their list of movies you can check out. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The mall has it all. So we have the mall.sexy's What You Want to Know. And then we have a listing of the news, and then we have special questions from you, the fans out there, for our guests that are on tonight. So all of that and food, and we're coming to you live, even though Southern California is burning everywhere right now. We are here still doing the show. We thought about it this morning if we should do a show, and you know what? I contacted my guests, and everybody said that they can come on, no problem. And I know you guys want to see all of us. So it goes on, but I will tell you this. I won't pussyfoot around this. It has been very, very, very devastating. Lives have been lost. Homes have been lost. iconic restaurants and businesses have been lost. And I was very sad to hear that one of my favorite restaurants and a place that I've gone to many times, and I know Damien, buddy, you've been
Yes.
there, Moon Shadows on PCH, burned down to the ground. Full-on restaurants, full-on supermarkets and shopping centers, just gone. This fire has jumped over the freeway and burned all the way down to the ocean. Then we have fires out here in Altadena and Pasadena that are burning. We have fires up here in Sylmar. There are fires burning everywhere. Topanga is burning. So it is devastating out there. So hopefully you're able to tune in to this show. You might be seeing an archive because the internet may be out in your area. We have been hoping that the internet's gonna stay on. Right now it is not windy. So our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts go out to all of you who have been affected by this.
Yes.
I'm sure you know somebody here in Southern California that's probably been affected by this fire. And for all of you people out there, you little cowards that hide behind your keyboards and talk smack about this,
Yes.
Yeah, they are. They are. They sit on there and they write on their little post, well, fuck them and fuck California and all that stuff.
Right.
You don't know what we're going through. This is devastating for us. Any natural disasters go on. And I see these same characters when the hurricane hit down in Florida and all the southern states. They said smack about that.
Yeah.
There are people that have nothing better to do than to talk crap.
Well, they sit in their safe zone and they talk crap about what,
To try to make themselves feel better.
Easy
Make
for them to
themselves feel.
say.
Yeah. Don't do that. That's wrong. The karma will come back to you. The internet karma will come back to you.
Absolutely.
Because they'll find out that you spend your nights going to Thai ladyboy websites and stuff like that and whacking off. So, no, cancel you. Okay, so what? It's true. It happened.
Oh my goodness.
God.
A very firm grasp on the truth, James. Thank you.
All these people that are opponents to porn say, shame on you for whacking off to porn. But with the right hand, they're going, yee, 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 yee.
Because it's always the ones that complain the most.
Yeah.
That are the ones.
biggest fans.
Yes, absolutely.
Now you get good response, don't you, from fans? I know fans.
Sometimes I've gotten a very mixed response from the public. A lot of people, I have gotten those people that are very much anti-porn and anti-me. Yeah.
Why? I mean, I've just known you for a little bit, but you're a very, very nice person. You're very professional. You're very sweet.
Thank you. Well, the public sees porn in a very negative way.
Yeah.
So online, the public image that I have from the society, not even from the industry. The industry is fine, but from the rest of society, it's they can kind of be very upset at what I post and my lifestyle. They have something to say.
And when did you start?
In 2019 is when I started mainstream porn.
Wow. And you were just 18 years old.
19.
19. But you were really young.
Yes.
Now, did you tell your family and friends that you were doing this?
I did, yeah.
And their
I knew-
reaction was?
I knew they were going to find out. My family's very supportive. Shout out to you, Mom, if you're watching tonight. I love
Oh,
you.
hey.
Go,
And,
Mom.
yeah, my friends are too, and I might have some friends watching tonight. Hello, friends. But yeah, everyone's been really supportive. I am blessed to have a lot of unconditional love in my life, so
Good for you.
yes, thank you.
And that's what you crave, too.
Right, of course, of course.
And I think, Aria, you prefer to do a scene where there's more passion instead of the robotic sex.
Oh, yes. I definitely think it's very important to build chemistry with my co-stars before, even the camera's rolling, to be nice and learn what each other likes and to have fun while you do it instead of doing, just whatever, the robotic stuff.
Because it is very tough. When we show up on the set, sometimes you're meeting somebody for the first time and you go over the do's and don'ts. and then you fill out tons of paperwork.
Yes.
And hair and makeup and wardrobe if it's a big feature. And then you go over your blocking. And you just met this person 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And you need to have an intimate act with this person.
Yes.
How do you deal with any kind of problems, like if there's the chemistry isn't there? How do you get over that? Because you still have to do the scene.
So, I try to see the best in everyone. Sometimes if the guy shows up and he's a bit of a schmuck, I just kind of focus on his more redeeming qualities.
Okay. And what about if the girl's a schmuck?
I've had that happen a few times,
Yeah.
and guys too. And you just kind of got to be a professional about it. Like, there at any job you can have coworkers where like they're not your favorite person to be around, but
Would you
gotta work
recommend
at the
doing
end of the
this?
day.
Would you recommend doing this?
To only certain types of people.
Tell
only
them
certain types of people. I would say, if you're open and you can handle what comes with it, I say if you have really been honest with yourself about the repercussions of doing this job, the stigma, and what your family's gonna think, what your friends are gonna think, what dating is gonna be like, relationships are gonna be like. Once you have accepted all of that and you still wanna do it and it's still something open to you, it could be a great job. But if you have stipulations and like there's things that you would be uncomfortable with in the industry, don't do it. Just don't do it.
Right on. Right on. Your new movie coming out?
Your new movie? My new movie.
Your new movie. Yeah.
Your turn. Still your turn.
My new movie. Do I have a new movie coming out?
Do you have a new scene coming out?
I have some new scenes coming up for sure.
Okay.
I just had a few scenes come out. I know my Team Skeet scene has been doing very well.
Oh, yeah.
Where I think it's like a helping hand is what it's called. So my Team Skeet, a helping hand scene is doing really well. I've been focusing a lot on independent projects as well and doing like my own movies for my own website. And so.
Oh, congratulations. And
Yes.
where is that? Where do we find that?
Ariafans.com.
Ariafans.com.
Yes,
And your
ariafans.com.
OF is?
That redirects to my OnlyFans.
That reads it. So you have that link tree.
It's actually more of like a domain like changer. So my OnlyFans domain handle is ariafans.com. So if you type in ariafans.com, it goes directly to my OnlyFans.
Dig it. All right. Very cool. Awesome. Now, Damien,
James.
11 Emmy Awards. You have worked on The Voice.
Yes, I have.
You have worked on the MTV Awards.
The Video Music Awards. I did a lot of work for MTV in the 90s. I actually kind of came up with MTV in the 90s in New York. I started my career in New York City.
Oh, wow.
And, so I did a lot of work for MTV. We did TRL. I must have done a dozen unplugs. All those terrific concerts they used to shoot, music videos.
God, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great place to learn.
And that studio was off of...
It was in Times Square.
It was off of Times Square, yeah.
Yeah, it was 47th and Broadway, I think.
47th and Broadway, yeah.
Yeah.
And it had that glass window that would look down on the street there, and that was very unique at that time.
It was, and I was lucky enough to get in with MTV a few years before that, and we actually developed that studio. It started with just having one small room that was like an office that we turned into a studio, and we're like, well, why don't we shoot Carson Daly? Why don't we shoot Kennedy against the background of these, let's try this.
I love it.
And it worked out great. And a year later, they had a whole studio built around Times Square, and it was
And
the
Kennedy's
original.
over at Fox now.
Is she at Fox now?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
I
right.
did some man on the street thing with her last year for
Did you?
Fox. Yeah, but
Good for
she's a great gal.
She is.
And Carson's a very nice guy.
Carson
Yeah.
is one of the most amazingly talented people in this business, and I'm always amazed at how he's been able to create a terrific career for himself and also stay low key. Mm-hmm. He doesn't.
He used to do these interviews on NBC that were late. I think it came on after Saturday Night Live, and he would interview stars.
Last Call with Carson Daly.
Yes.
Yeah, I worked on that show also.
Did you really?
that was.
Some of the most iconic places on the Sunset Strip you guys shot
Yeah,
at.
we did. It was
Yeah.
a great play. It was a great show to be.
Some
part
of the hippest fucking places
Yeah.
that were little lounges or coffee places or something. Because there was one that I co-owned, and I remember you guys filmed over there. And He came in and it was really nice. You guys set up there really quick. The celebrity came in. It was a music star or a movie star
Usually
or a
it's with
TV
Carson.
star.
He knows music. I mean,
Yeah.
he knows movies also, but he's just a natural when it comes to interviewing musicians and understanding that energy.
Yeah.
And we had terrific guests on his show. I mean, we had Peter Gabriel and David Bowie and real like,
Wow.
and we used to shoot at NBC in New York in the same studio as SNL.
Yeah.
When the show was in New York, then it moved to LA, obviously.
Yeah.
But, Carson, I just have such respect for that guy. He's a terrific DJ, terrific host, and really understands the business.
And you've done like variety shows, special shows. You did the Hairspray live.
I did several live musicals. I worked on, the first one I did was Grease Live, which was directed by Alex Brzezinski, who's just a phenomenal director.
Vanessa Hudgens was in that.
She was in that.
Yeah.
And it was obviously a live musical. She lost her dad the night before we went live.
Oh.
Her father passed away, and that was just, what an incredibly talented woman, but especially to be under that kind of stress. And her father passed away, and she still was amazing when we went live and we did Grease Live, and it was
Now
just a terrific experience.
you're friends with Ricky Lake.
Yes,
and how did Ricky like the live version of Hairspray you did?
I heard nothing but good things from her, and I think she liked being part of the project. One of the things that was terrific about one of the things they did, which I thought was terrific, is they brought back all the original Tracys. I mean, Ricky played Tracy Turnblatt in the original Hairspray, directed by John Waters, and eventually it became a live musical, and it was a Broadway show. And so when we went and did the live musical, Ricky was invited back along with, and I'm going to get the names wrong, I apologize, but two other people that played Tracy. There was Melissa Jarrett Winokur from Broadway, and there was one other Tracy. But they invited all three of them back, and that's when her and I reconnected to a certain extent, because I had gone to high school with her. We grew up together.
And Tracy, we're very sorry that we heard that you lost your house out there. Yeah.
Sorry, I went off a bit of a tangent, but she just posted on Facebook this evening that she lost her place, and that's...
I know a lot of friends and people that lost their house. It's devastating.
It is. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the porn life. That is
the adult life?
The adult life. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
The adult life. We want to reiterate to everybody out there that this is not nudity in this thing. You actually went and you said, instead of this being about the adult film industry, I want to make this about these people who are in the industry, which is a great angle.
I want to make it about the performers, and I think that when it comes to this business, what I'm really trying to do with this show is get away from the negative stigma that has very often been attached to this business. These women are sex trafficked, they're drug addicts, blah, blah, blah. They don't really want to do this, they're being exploited.
And I trust that you'll really do this, because when we did Hot Girls Wanted, they ended up going a totally different way.
Yes, they
did a whole 180 and went a different way.
Yeah,
And
seen a lot of
I'm
footage.
embarrassed that I was in that, because I thought it was going to be something positive, and my segments weren't negative, but they went in a negative vein, because I went on there. It was me and Misty and a bunch of gals, and we were doing a live show from the Hustler store.
Yeah.
And they went a whole negative way. But I trust that you're going to paint the picture a lot differently.
Well, I think there's, I don't think my job is that difficult to show the bright side of it and the positive side of it and the female empowerment side of it. And I'm amazed that no one has done that before. And
Listen to Aria going, yes.
Aria, feel free to jump in.
Preach,
The
baby.
industry is not without criticism, though. Is important to magnify is that the industry itself is not perfect. And there's many places in which it can improve, but that conversation needs to be centered around the safety and the well-being of the performers, and we should not be being spoken for by people who are not working to survive in this industry.
Very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sue's trying to call in. She said the call isn't coming through.
It's open. Let's see.
Can you text her and get that set?
But that's a beautiful concept to do a show about the girls.
Well, yeah, I mean that's this is a television show about there's two sides to it. Obviously, there's the there's pornographic arousal side to it, but there's also the side to it that is like, well, what are these people like? How do they think? What are their lives like?
Okay, Edric?
And I find that fascinating. I find that long term that lasts longer than just, am I excited to masturbate to watch this person? I want to concentrate on what's more of a long-term commitment to these people.
Yeah.
And I think that my experience over the last couple of years spending time with these people, developing this show, shooting a lot of footage, meeting a lot of these people, is that they're obviously they're not sex trafficked drug addicts. They're people that are girlfriends and wives and
mothers
and mothers and homeowners and homemakers.
Yeah.
And that's a really great side of the business. These are people that I think anyone can relate to, but at the same time they have issues that may be unique to what they do for a living. So there's that side of it also. But I find that these people they're happily married, or they're girlfriends or husbands or wives, and they love that role. They also love being porn actresses.
Yeah.
And
is this what attracted you to doing this project? Because, I mean, this, Damien, is a huge leap from what you've done before.
It is.
I mean, it really, really is.
It's bold.
It is. Well, it's quite a change from working in the broadcast industry, and it's something that I'm passionate about because.
Are we okay? Okay, great. Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up the mainstream industry, because there's a big part of me that feels like the mainstream industry is not always being honest and not always being fair with the way these people are portrayed. And I think that, we have to get away from that. And I think if we can turn that part of the business into a positive, then I think we have a really terrific show we can sell to the mainstream industry.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd love to be
So
a
do
part
I.
of it. It's exciting.
Well, I wouldn't be here if I didn't want you all to be part of it.
Right on.
And it means the world to me that you have me here.
All right, let's take a call here right now. Hello, caller. Who's this? Where you calling from?
No, that was just me testing the number. I'm going to try.
Oh, you little caller tease. Okay. Folks, again, there's been a lot of technical problems here now, internet and power going out, not only here in the San Fernando Valley, but all over Southern California.
I think we got it.
Oh, we do? Sue, is that you?
It is me.
Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, as I said at the top of the show, if we would have a statue put up for the #1 publicist and just power person in the industry, it'd be this lady who's calling in right now, a woman who's not only a power player in the adult industry, but in the mainstream industry as well. Sue Procko is with us right now on the phone.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Now, we've got Aria Banks and Damien Tufarel, who is on.
Hi, guys. Hi, Aria. Hi, Damien.
Hello.
Hello.
Damien used to do all of these mainstream TV shows, 11 Emmys, and he's got a brand new mainstream reality show coming up called The Adult Life.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to
What a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, we're all doing these things. I start my mainstream series next month.
Yeah.
You're starting this reality series. I mean, it's an exciting time. But Sue, exciting and busy for you because of everything coming up in 2 weeks in Vegas. But you are taking time right now, and thank you for doing this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You are doing a mainstream workshop that I understand is free?
No, it's actually not free.
Oh, it's not
free.
Okay. Is there
No.
Can we get a coupon on Groupon or something for it?
You know what? I could probably put in a coupon code. Let me see if I can do that. But,
okay, but tell us about this. This is a workshop.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a workshop.
It's a master class. It's a master class on learning all of the particulars of a red carpet.
Wow.
So you take acting classes, you take speech classes, you go to a stylist, you go get your hair and makeup done, you do all that stuff, but no one ever teaches you the terminology of a red carpet, what people are doing on a red carpet, what roles everyone plays, and some tips and tricks to get the most notice out of that 1 minute or 2 minutes of your 15 minutes of fame.
And I think this is so important. Do you also go over etiquette on the red carpet too?
Absolutely. My number one rule is to be kind to other talent, to security, to publicists, to photographers, to broadcast, because you don't know who those people know or what they're going to do after the carpet closes or any of those things. I mean, we should all be kind anyway.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the carpet, there's a reason why somebody might have to jump in front of you. It doesn't have anything to do with where you fall in the pecking order of the business. It just might be that they have to get to the presenter's rehearsal, or they might have to be backstage for some reason. Or in your case, James, they might have to run over to the broadcast carpet to be doing interviews.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
You know, so there's always a reason that you may not necessarily know. So I always tell people to be kind. You know, I've got story after story after story of people who think that they've pulled the wool over my eyes and gotten onto the carpet, but what they don't realize is their photos didn't show up for a reason.
Aha. And Sue,
Just saying.
Sue, may I ask a question, please? I wanted to know if this master class, is it also open to mainstream actors?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is something that mainstream actors could use.
Yes, absolutely. Because I've worked, the majority of the carpets that I have worked through my career have been on the mainstream side. Annually, I do produce the AVN red carpet, and I also produce the AVN nomination red carpet. But beyond those two, the rest of the time is mainstream.
Now, you've done some major motion pictures, and you've done the red carpet for these. Now,
Yeah.
is there any horror stories from those mainstream things? And you don't have to say names, of course. But
I don't know if I've really got any horror stories per se. I mean, I've done the award, I've done the Emmys. I guess I have had a horror story, but it's more at the Emmys. It was more a photographer problem than it was
really?
talent.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one particular photographer that will go unnamed that
I guess it
other
is.
photographers have an issue with and talent have issues with, and she does a lot of screaming on the carpet.
Ooh.
And I told her to stop, and the next year, and I got backed up by the Emmys when I did that, but the next year she tried to switch spots with another photographer and tried to pretend like she didn't switch spots. So I think she's been kicked off the Emmy coverage now.
Oh, God. Now, in the adult world, do you remember that one year, and I believe we were at Mandalay Bay, Max Hardcore, the late Max Hardcore.
Did he pass?
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh, I know.
He showed up with a girl. I guess she had a trench coat on to get to the casino, but when she got to the red carpet, she lost that coat. She was stark naked, nothing on but a dog collar and a leash. And he proceeded to try to go down the carpet with this girl that was stark naked. That
I
doesn't
don't
ring a bell?
remember that.
Well, that doesn't ring a bell.
But it, yeah. Well, I mean, I've
You
had.
can't remember that
I've
incident, then
Yeah.
imagine that would stick
Well,
out.
I've had a lot of, there's with the adult carpets, you have to make sure that there are pasties on and certain areas of the body are covered because you're going through the casino.
Yes.
And you can't mix alcohol and nudity according to the casino. Otherwise, it can cost the
Only according to the
casino
casino.
huge fines.
Yeah.
And so we do a pasty check at the top of the carpet. But there have been times when I have actually stood in between the photographers and talent.
Oh, to
to
cover
get
up
them
her
to-
areolas. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. Sue.
Yeah, I've stood in between the photographer and the talent before, yes.
Now, I know that there's probably some mainstream fans out there that are watching and listening to this show and going, well, so what? It's a porn convention. But no. This is classy.
No, I'm going to say this. The first time I went was 2003, and I had worked on the mainstream side. And I had asked the producer of the Avian Awards, Gary Miller, for tickets. And I walked, it was at the Venetian at that time. And I walked through the Venetian, and I happened to walk through and came upon the Vivid team. And they were all together. They were all in the same color of gown.
Yep.
And I remember them trying to get through, and they couldn't get through. And I'm a solutions-oriented kind of person, and I just turned to one of the I don't even remember what talent it was, and I said, "Take my hand," and I pushed our way through, all the way through, thinking, "Oh, well, we're going to get to the red carpet sooner or later." Well, there was no red carpet.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, that's weird. I mean, all these women are dressed so elegantly, and they look gorgeous, and the men are in tuxes, and everybody just looked amazing. And I thought, well, that's such a waste to not have a carpet at an event like this. And so the next year, a few weeks later, I told Gary what I thought, and he set up a meeting for Paul Fishbein and I, and we started talking about it. And the next year, I produced the first red carpet.
Wow.
But for me, it was like that was the Oscars of the adult world.
And
you know?
it still is.
And
Yes.
it is absolutely hands down. It's done in such a way that, I mean, the musical guests are amazing. The comedians are first class. You know, and it's been it's been a labor of love for me to build this carpet, because when it started, it was 20 feet long. There were probably 8 people on the carpet, 8 outlets on the carpet. And I would say 5 or 6 of those were avian photographers.
Wow. Yeah,
And
I
now I
remember
have
we used
2
to
separate
have,
carpets.
they were on risers, like 3 or 4 deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Yeah.
Avians, didn't the
Yeah.
Avians used to be at the Hard Rock? That was a long time. They used
Yeah.
to be at the Hard Rock.
And
Yeah,
it's
they were the Hard Rock.
In Vegas. Yeah, the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas?
It's the same venue. It's now called the Virgin.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this year will be the first year that it'll be at the Virgin Hotel,
good.
which I think is the greatest.
The last couple of years it's been at Resorts World, and from what I understood, a lot of the performers weren't crazy about that for various reasons. So
Yeah.
It's good. It's going
Exactly.
back. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's nice to be back over there. And I would be remiss if I didn't remind everybody, the Avian Awards show is open to the public. You can purchase tickets to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You can purchase tickets to go. There's also a fan experience that I believe you can purchase online where you can watch part of the red carpet.
Oh, wow. That's new.
Yeah. No, actually, that's been around for a while. It's a
Okay.
high ticket item.
Wow.
So you don't even notice it when you're on the carpet. But I think there's probably like 12 spots for people to watch. Yeah.
That's really exciting. What a great deal.
Yeah.
And I know that we have a lot of fans that come out from Europe and other
yeah.
countries. And really,
Yeah.
if you're coming out here, go for the whole kit and caboodle.
Go for the
You
whole
know?
experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, go for the entire
think-
experience. Thanks for telling us about that, Sue, and reminding us about
Yeah,
that.
I think one of the coolest things about being at the Hard Rock and now the Virgin is that the talent walked through the casino. So they used to do this at the Venetian as well. And it gave the talent a chance to interact with the fans in a controlled environment, create social media content as they were walking to the actual carpet.
Okay.
As well as the fans got to watch the pomp and circumstance, so to speak, of the talent walking up to the carpet area. So I always really liked that experience, even though it was a lot of running back and forth for myself to make sure that things were going great at the top of the entrance to the carpet, all the way to the actual carpet, then onto the broadcast carpet. Because we've always had two different carpets. We've had one carpet that's just photographers, and then the other is broadcast and print.
Right. And you've got a wonderful staff that works with you, too, that are very polite.
Yeah, I have a really, really good group of people. And they come from all over. I mean, I have one guy that flies out from Jersey every year. He used to cover the adult industry. In fact, he's the person who introduced me to the adult industry. And then I have a team that does the Emmys every year, so they come and help. And then just a few others that we have working with us. But I've always had a really good team, and I couldn't do it without them.
And are you also handling red carpet for the Gavians that go on to couple
I
days
am
before?
not. The Gavians are Monday night, so I don't handle that. My counterpart Brian handles that.
Yes, I know Brian.
Yeah, so Brian is the one who handles that one.
Now, one thing that I want to add before we let you go, people are going to be coming up to you and Peter and going, oh, I need to get my pass and blah, 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 and try to throw these things at the last minute. Everybody should have RSVP'd already now for the award show.
Yes. If they are talent, they should have RSVP'd at this point. And they will be picking up their passes. I think there's a little bit of a different, I'm looking it up right now, how they're picking them up, but I believe that they'll be picking them up when they're getting their expo passes, so it's going to be a little bit different. They can just do it all at once.
And which is a good thing, and don't lose any of that stuff. I know some of you are going to be doing content, and you want to take that wristband off. Yeah.
I left my red carpet badge in the Caesar's Palace.
Because you were doing a scene. Yeah.
No, I had just left for the red carpet, got all the way to Resorts World, and had left my badge for the red carpet in Caesar's Palace.
Oh, wow.
And I barely made it. I was like the second to last to walk the carpet.
Wow.
It was my first red carpet.
Oh my gosh.
It was such a mess for me.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you got to remember, folks, you got to bring your A game, and please be nice to Sue. Please be nice to Peter. Please be nice to their staff. Don't be snapping your fingers and demanding stuff. Nobody cares that you've got, 100 followers on your OnlyFans or whatever. You think you're a star.
Kind and helping me figure out how to RSVP and get everything set up. So thank you, Peter, for helping me out last year. I had a great time.
And Sue too. Yeah.
Yes,
so,
and
but
Sue,
I mean,
thank you.
please be nice.
Peter's always terrific and about getting with the talent and helping them walk through it. And he even stays later to make sure people who haven't picked up their passes are getting their passes. I cut him off a couple of times, and he'll still I'll hand him the stuff and he'll go do what he needs to do as we go get ready for the carpet itself. But he's terrific.
But just be on time, get this stuff done right away, and just be nice.
You know what? Be early.
Yeah, be
early because they'll tell you.
Be patient.
Because one of the things is that if you're early, you just never know. You might get a little extra time or whatever. I mean, I know that we're pushing a lot of people through that particular carpet, but we try to get everyone that we've agreed to walk it, and don't take things personally on the carpet. Okay. Don't take them personally. It's so important because, for example, there's a lot of leapfrogging or jumping in the broadcast area. And
Right.
if you are selected to walk the broadcast area, I want to explain something first. Everyone walks the photo carpet, pretty
Yeah.
much. Okay? It's a little different than at the Emmys. Not everybody walks the carpet at the Emmys. Like,
That's true.
For example, the people who are presenting will walk. And usually the people who are presenting are usually from shows of the network airing the Emmys. That's how that works politically. And then the second thing is that it's usually people who are nominated.
Right.
We have so many nominations or so many nominees on the adult side that we're putting a lot of people on that carpet. Those photographers are exhausted when they leave me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're working 3.5 solid hours straight when normally a carpet's working an hour to 2 hours.
And some news outlets will want to get that interview with this person and maybe skip on the other person.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
what
Well,
she meant by the
there's that.
leapfrogging.
So the leapfrogging, what I meant by that too is like, we don't want you to like start lining up behind a particular outlet if we can pull you over to another outlet that will talk to you. And if we can bring you back to that outlet and that outlet needs to get you, we will. I will tell you one thing that I do on the carpet that's a little different than other carpets I try not to have documentary crews on there because documentary crews are usually following one or two talents. And to me, that's
reality crews.
there's a couple of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a
a
couple
good
things
point.
with that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're only covering one or two, and I've got 300 people, it's really unfair for you to take up a spot away from a media outlet that's going to talk to 100 of those people versus 2 of those people.
So where do you put those people then?
I don't put them. They get it at the expo.
Oh, good point.
They don't go on my carpet.
You know,
Okay.
Sue, can I say, I think you make a very, very good point about, and I've worked a lot of red carpets when I work in the broadcast industry, and there is a certain choreography to it. There's a certain balance. There's
Yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
etiquette, you know, which really can benefit you once.
Yeah, you've done the MTV Awards there.
Well, I do mostly the main shows. I've done the Emmys and the Grammys, Oscar, all that nonsense. But when I was first starting out, I did worked red carpets, and I saw that. And I think Sue made a really good point. There is that balance. There is that you want to have a good relationship with the still photographers. You want to follow certain rules. You want to have there's a certain way of presenting yourself on the red carpet, and then you need someone like Sue who knows the drill to help you out with that. You know, it's an important role.
Right. And that's one of the reasons I started this class. By the way, the class is online. I'm teaching it this Friday, and it's about an hour in length. And we talk about the terminology, so you know what the terminology is. You're walking up to that carpet, and you're going to know sort of the choreography that goes on.
Yeah.
You'll have a better understanding of that choreography. You'll have a better understanding of what it is you need to take away from what it is you just did and how to maximize what you just did on that carpet. Like, for example, what Damien was just saying about knowing the still photographer, that is invaluable. I mean, if you walk away with a name like Albert Ortega, who's one of the, one of the
Al
key
Ortega's great.
wire photographers in Los Angeles, Albert may be working a small event, and as a publicist, I've been called by Albert before, and he said, hey, listen, I have this new talent, or I have this person who's kind of coming up, or I have this person I want to get more photos of. Is it okay if she walks the carpet, she doesn't have to come to your event? And I said yes to him before.
Wow. Okay.
You know? So knowing those photographers and having that DM relationship with them on social media could get you to other mainstream events that get you coverage and get you in Albert's photos that he's filing for Shutterstock.
Yeah.
And those still photographers, they want that relationship with the talent as well. It works both ways.
Absolutely.
And that will help.
That connection.
Plus, it will help you grow in your career, whether you're in adult or mainstream.
Sure.
Getting those pictures done, especially from a mainstream outlet, will benefit you. So bring your A game. And best of all, go to Sue's master class this Friday and get your edge for the red carpet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I taught one last night. It went really, really well. They had great questions, and we're going into awards season. You know, I mean, yes, some have been canceled so far. You know, but we're going into awards season, and it can be intimidating, but it doesn't need to be.
Right. And remember, this workshop will benefit you whether you're just a mainstream actor or actress.
I don't
adult.
teach it. Yeah, I don't teach it as though it were mainstream or adult. Although I do talk about both types of carpet. But I talk about the history of red carpet. I talk about the purpose of the class. I talk about the terminology of red carpet that you need to know. I will talk about tips about walking the carpet, what to do with photographers, still photographers, what to do on broadcast, what's important about a sound bite, how to prepare your sound bite, and then taking advantage of the carpet after the fact.
Yeah.
You know?
That's an important thing.
And how to prepare. It's really important to take it. Like, yes, it's one thing to walk the carpet, but what are you doing with those photos or those interviews after the fact? You should be publishing them to your social media and tagging those photographers or tagging that outlet because they need that traffic just as much as you do.
Yeah. And they'll be more likely to take a picture next time.
And it lends credibility to you.
Yeah.
And
Sue,
it lends more credibility for you.
Sue, where do they go to sign up for this master class?
There is a link. It's Mastering Your Red Carpet Moment.
Mastering Your Red Carpet Moments.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think what's the best way to get this link to you. Well, if you are on Instagram, I'll put it in my Instagram link. And my Instagram is Sue, S-U-E, Procko, Procko.
And then I'll post this on our website, and we'll post it on my social media as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. I'll just send that to you in a text.
I know you're super busy, and I appreciate you taking this time to.
Oh no, I'm
give us a
so
call.
glad. I just was I was worried about all of you with the fires and everything. I've been trying to watch it so closely. I'm in Savannah.
Oh, you're in.
And,
you're not here. Oh. God.
I'm not there, no. So,
it's bad.
And it's been
really
breaking
bad.
my heart. Oh, I know. It's been
I was
breaking
worried
my heart.
that
I've
we're
been
going to
trying
have to cancel the podcast, honestly.
No, no way we're going to keep going. But,
course.
you know, I had scores of friends, celebrities and just civilians that live in Palisades in Malibu, and they've lost their homes, they've lost their businesses. People in the Altadena area, they're finding dead bodies out there.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's spreading all over Southern California. There's six.
Yeah, I've gotten
there's 6
like
fires.
probably 4 alerts about Runyon Canyon in the last hour and a half.
Yeah, it's so bad that Sky. It feels like we're in a movie, a disaster movie. It really does. Yeah, but we will. We're going to rebuild. That's what we do. We're resilient. We're Californians. We will rebuild. And same as the people that got affected by the hurricanes, they rebuilt. And we'll rebuild here. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
But thank you again, Sue, so much.
Stay safe, everyone, and I hope to see. I hope to see everybody on the carpet. I know I will see you, James.
Yes.
And thanks for having me on, Jim.
You got it. Thank you. Sue Procko,
right.
everybody. And I think this is Christy Canyon calling in now? It is. Christy!
Woo-hoo, baby!
How are you? Christy Canyon on the phone with us right now.
Oh my!
It's been crazy, but say hello to Aria and Damien who are on with us. We just had Sue Procko on the other line.
Well, aren't you just a busy little bee?
Well, you know that, and you're missing the food. Oi, with the food.
Chrissy, you're missing the food. That's But it's great to hear your voice. Great to have you with us.
You are so cute. Oh my God, thank you. And I'm glad it was delayed because PT Boyd just called me to see how I'm doing, and I love that man.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
Now,
Yeah.
Christy, we've got some fans that sent in some questions, so we'll run it by you guys also. This was Guy. He sent in a question. He says, "A queen by any other name, but you know you're a goddess in the industry. Thank you for being the entertainer for all these years and sharing your beauty and skills with millions of us worldwide. In 2012, the pioneer of clown porn, Holly Stevens, passed away. If you had the power to revive the clown porn genre and take it to the next level, would you?" That's an interesting question for
great
Christy
question.
Canyon.
yeah, it's a great
That
question.
took a left turn real fast. I
Yeah.
didn't know where that was going. You know what? The minute you said clown porn, I thought of how I want to fuck Dick Tibble.
Right?
Yes, he is and his beautiful wife Daisy. I mean, what a good-looking couple. He looks way better not in the clown makeup, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. We did a lot of movies together, but the big one was that Saw movie. And
Right,
stuff.
right.
But yeah, oh wow.
You guys are so cute. Hey, James, if we aren't burnt down by tomorrow, can I come by and get some of those potatoes?
You want a what is that you want?
A
If
potato.
our isn't
Yes,
completely
you can come over
solid.
here tomorrow and get a potato for the love of Pete. All right.
I don't think I worked with Pete yet.
Yes.
Yet.
So what's
Oh
your
my God.
answer to that question about clown porn?
I gave it to you. If it was Dick Chibbles, I would totally screw him.
Okay, if it was Dick Chibbles, you would do it. Okay.
I've
Yeah.
fucked Dick Chibbles.
You wait. Did you screw him? Have you fucked him?
Thank you.
No, he wasn't a clown, but he gave me a free copy of his book.
Oh my God. He, back in the day when James Bartley and I were on Playboy Radio, he
Yes.
came in one day to be interviewed, and it was clown porn. And I had never, because I was more 80s and 90s porn, so I had never heard of that. Like, clown porn? Who gets off on this? But I think he made a mint. It's a concept that if I dated a guy, let me put it this way, and his fetish was putting on clown makeup and a wig and all that, I don't think I could handle that. I've dated guys that have lingerie fetishes and all kinds of weird stuff. But if they wanted to dress up like a clown, I think I'd, for the first time, have to draw the line.
There was a stripper, and she used to do her strip act dressed up like a clown.
Clown.
And she was so popular.
What was her? Do you remember her name?
Oh, jeez.
Was this 80s,
Edgar,
90s?
do you remember her name?
Nope.
She
It
used to come to the
does not-
Exoticas, and she'd dress up like a female clown and come out there and let me give you a lap dance. I'm gonna jiggle your testicles. You know, she did
Oh
all
my,
that.
that doesn't
I'm sorry, I
sound
missed it.
familiar. But you guys, I want you to answer me. Is James getting a hard on doing that right now? Because he sounds way too into it.
No, I'm making the potatoes, honey.
You
Am I
guys
getting
are
an
so.
erection by doing a potato.
Now, are you guys going to be at the X3 with James and me next week?
Are we going to be at? Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
She wanted to know if you're going to be at X3.
Yes.
For me,
Okay.
I hope so.
Yes, of course you can.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God! Well, good, because I want to meet you guys in person. And I'm so sorry that I'm not there tonight, but I'm on I'm like packing, and you just never know when you're going to get that call to get out of your house.
That's
Of course.
very true. I don't know if you heard earlier on the show, I was talking about this, Christy, but we lost that wonderful restaurant, Moonshadows, on PCH.
I know, and I used to go there in the 80s. It was an institution. It's just crazy. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, I would be so there in person. That night, I already started to drink. I probably shouldn't drive. But with all that being said, I wish I was there.
Well, we're cooking and we're thinking of you. Now, you're going to be signing at the Inside the Industry Legends booth. At
Yes,
ADN.
Yep, in 2 weeks. Next week, Ginger Lee and I will be signing at X3. We're going to be downstairs in the main hall, and then we're off for 2 days, and then go right to Vegas for 4 days. So, and then I want to do nothing for a week.
And we're also going to be broadcasting from X3 every day out there. So that's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we are going to have so much fun. We are going to have such a great time, and we're going to need it after this week that we're having.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you get to do that. I start production on the TV series right after this, so I'm all over the
Oh,
place.
good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Now, you have had an incredible year because you came back in
I did.
sorts, didn't you?
I did. I made a little kind of. Here's the thing. I made a comeback on film for companies, but I was also before that. Don't forget, I was like still doing stuff for my OnlyFans and this and that. So it wasn't like I was a secretary or working at the local supermarket for 20 years and then like I was always in the business, just different aspects. I mean, 18 years I was on Sirius XM, and then, you know, OnlyFans and Sex Panther. Like, I've never, like, just completely left. Sorry, I choked on my.
It's the,
I just
you're on the balcony calling me, and you're inhaling all that smoke from the fires.
Oh my God, you are
Is
so
that
funny.
Sweet Pea trying to call in?
So, you want me to add it?
Let's
Yeah,
get him on.
Let's add him on for the love of Pete.
All right, I'm here. Let's do it.
What?
He'll have to call back. It went away. He can call back if he's not.
Okay, well, Sweet Pea, I know you're trying to call in, so yeah. Anytime Christy's on the show, Sweet Pea has to call in.
You know, Christy, I hope to see you at. We talked about X3 and AVN. I would love to introduce you to the cast of my show. I know they'd all be very happy to meet you.
Okay, I'll be there. Definitely come
Terrific.
time.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Now, while James is figuring out how to get Sweet Pea on, are you in the business as well as an actor?
Yeah.
I am. I'm not an actor in the business. I am developing a television show that's obviously revolves around actors in the adult business. But no, I'm not a performer myself.
Okay.
I'm producing a television show about the business.
Okay, because James introduced you guys, but he didn't say what your roles were in life. Like, I didn't know what you guys did, obviously.
Yeah, I did. He has 11 Emmy Awards.
Okay, I don't recall you saying that.
Okay.
It doesn't come up in conversation too often. You know.
Yeah. Is that him again?
Should be.
Sweetie, they're both
Christy,
James.
should we let him in?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
It's
go
Sweet
ahead, let
Pea.
him in.
Hello, it's Sweet Pea. How are you all doing tonight? Happy New Year.
Sweet Pea.
Yeah, Sweet Pea, how you feeling, baby? You had that bypass surgery.
Yeah, I'm still feeling the effects from that, but I'm glad to be talking with you all tonight.
Oh, sweetheart, we sure wish that you were feeling better and could fly out here to beautiful, smoky LA and
Yeah.
go to the convention with us.
Well, if all goes well, maybe we'll see about going to Exotica Miami. We'll see about that later this year.
Okay, hopefully you could do that. That's right in your backyard. So, but I understand, if you can't, absolutely. But it's great to hear your voice, Sweet Pea, and I just want everybody on James's show to know that Sweet Pea has been in our lives and especially mine for about 30 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, yes.
Sweet Pea and I go back to the first time we met. It was at the now defunct Erotica LA.
Yeah. And that one was hosted by Bob Hope. That's how long ago it was. And it was in black and white.
It was not hosted by Bob Hope. You're thinking of something else. Oh, Sweet Pea,
No,
it's
when
so
Bob
great.
Hope came on stage, he looked at Christy Canyon, and his old song, Thanks for the Memories? He saw Christy, and he goes, thanks for the memories. And then he grabbed her boobs and gave him a kiss. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
And then you say, can you sign my beta tape?
That's right. We were
Not
in
even-
for not long that it was on beta and Laserdisc.
Wow.
But most of it was VHS. Beta lost out on the boat. They didn't act fast enough. From what I recall, Beta didn't want to deal with adult material, and by the time they realized the money train that they were losing out on, the VHS had taken over.
Wow.
But I remember a few titles were on Beta, not many though.
Actually, the one who did the oldest doing porn was Ron Jeremy.
Oh, gosh.
His first porn was on the side of the hieroglyphics on the Great Temple of Pisa. There.
Was it really?
Yeah. He did his first scene with Cleopatra. It was called "Don't Touch My Ass."
And what year was that, James? Do you remember?
That was 59 AD, I believe. Yes.
Oh my God, you are so funny.
No,
It was not. He was definitely in the film in the 70s. But
Oh.
Sweet Pea, what else did you want to ask us, baby, before we let you go?
I was just wanted to ask the guest about the pre-production. How long does it take to go from pre-production to the final product?
Oh, good.
Great
See,
question.
Now he gets a gold star because
Yes.
he was listening.
Very good question.
Yes, go ahead, Kevin. You got an
Are we
answer.
talking broadcast or reality, or be a little more specific? If you could.
For adult films and that kind of
James,
nature.
This is your department, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he only does mainstream. Sweet Pea.
And mainstream as well. Let's do mainstream as well.
Okay, so
All
for
right.
whether it's mainstream or adult, pre-production can be anywhere from 4 to maybe 10 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say it can be as short as 3 to 4 months, but it can take
Yeah.
much longer. Depends on the nature of the show and the budget,
Your unit
and
production
obviously.
manager has to start putting all
Sure.
of that stuff together. You get the location scouts.
Yeah.
Then the talent scout comes in, and auditions nowadays, since the pandemic, all auditions now are done by Zoom.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
It's
They
done remote.
used to be in person. Yeah.
I'd like to speak to that if we have a quick moment.
Yeah.
That has really changed. The fact that since the pandemic, like James said, that now a lot of actors and actresses are sending in their reels, sending in their auditions, is basically something they did at home.
Yeah.
Which the problem with that is it brings in a different level of competitiveness. Now you can add production value to that. You can add, and that doesn't seem fair to me. You know, there was a time, and I understand things have changed, but there was a time when you would go in and everyone kind of at least was on the same level in terms of audition. And now because they're allowing people to send stuff from home, you can add a certain amount of production value that you can manipulate the results a little bit more. And that to me that doesn't seem fair to
Yeah.
a certain extent. That doesn't seem like a level playing field.
And post-production can also take a long time too.
Sure.
Especially if you have a lot of special effects.
Yeah, or in terms of a reality show, if you have a tremendous amount of footage. I mean, the you know, the whole
Right, Aria?
well, yeah, the whole theory behind, you know, if you want to talk about theory behind reality television, is shoot everything, figure out the story later. So there's a tremendous amount of footage that's shot. Everything is shot. You know.
And you have music scoring you have to do.
Yes,
You have
absolutely.
color balancing that
Yeah.
you have to do.
Sure.
I mean, this is something that we did with Murder Motel and with Scissors. You know, we had to have that color balance done because sometimes
Color correcting.
you're watching a movie. If it's a bad movie, you'll see nighttime scenes that look different than the daytime scenes, and things
Yeah.
are blending, or it looks like it was totally shot in the daytime and it's supposed to be nighttime.
Yeah, it's not color corrected.
Yeah, it's not color corrected.
Right.
And these are little tiny things that I'm sure it's boring as fuck to you guys, but these are little things that you guys pick up, and you're watching that movie,
Yeah.
you're watching that TV show, you're watching that reality show, and you go, whoa, I appreciate that show because it went the extra mile with
Yeah.
the details.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, it takes months of pre-production, it takes months of post-production, but that's to put out a good quality thing.
Sure.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's mainstream. I have to interject and say, for adult films, it could take anywhere from a day to somebody like a Vixen or a Wicked or a Vivid. That could take 2 to 3 months. Like the one that I did last year for Vixen, that was a 14-day shoot, which is unheard of for the adult.
It was
Wow.
a feature.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
nominated
Yeah.
for awards.
Oh, it is.
Hayden Cross,
What was the title?
Hayden
again?
Cross-
You didn't mention.
Milty.
Milfy.
Milfy. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 14-day shoot.
14-day shoot,
Four-
which is unprecedented, but it's
Yes.
Vixen. That's the
Yeah.
#1 company.
Well.
And they turn things around
If
really
they-
quick. They have post-production people that are working 24 hours a day
Yeah.
editing these things. Boy, I'm telling you, that's
And
a
it's
lot.
beautiful. And the thing with that is, I bet post-production or pre-production, I guarantee you Caden Cross spent a good month, which is considered
Oh, yeah.
eternity in in adult world.
Caden
It's
is
like
a
that-
perfectionist. Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? He's
Yeah, she is.
probably
I'm
her
sure.
and Rich Greenwood are my two favorite directors. Like they put time into, they care about their product. It's not just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Whereas some of these, and I dare call them companies, they take a day to do it. They don't care. They're just churning out POV crap.
Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head there, Christy Canyon, when you said crap. Because you
And
see
you
a
know
lot
what?
of this.
That's,
Yeah.
yep. It's so true. It is so true. But anyway, Sweetie, that was a great question.
Great
With
question.
two
Thank you,
completely
buddy.
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good question.
Thank you. Take care and be safe, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sweetie.
Bye.
All right. Now, I will see you probably tomorrow, right, Christy? She's hanging up because she's probably getting in the car right now and coming over because she was watching this on TV and seeing these delicious potatoes. Now, any potatoes that are left over, you could do that twice baked potato.
You
Y'all
can
ever
do the
had
twice
that?
baked potato. Yeah. Good choice.
You are so lovely.
Thank you.
And I love how you eat my food.
It just
Oh.
cut me off.
Oh, it did. Hey, welcome back.
Or it just, I know you were saying goodbye, but it just cut you off mid-sentence, and I didn't want you to think I had to flee my place because a fire was heading my way. I adore you, and I'll see you tomorrow maybe about 12 o'clock, honey.
I'll see you for lunch tomorrow, darling.
All right, I love you. And
I love
you
you.
guys, I can't wait to meet you next week at X3.
Well, we're looking forward also, Christy. Absolutely.
All right. Have a great show. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Do you like Yamashita? Do you like sushi?
I like sushi, yeah.
Okay.
I love sushi.
I've got a great place to take you to.
I think sushi and oysters are similar. Like how oysters are aphrodisiac. I get the same feeling when I eat sushi. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You had oyster shooters. I'm spitting.
Yes, like the shot and the oyster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sake.
I've had that. In San Diego.
I got it.
Alright.
I have all that stuff.
Share.
There is a place called Kinza Sushi. They're on Van Nuys Boulevard in Van Nuys, and they have the James roll over there. They named a hand roll after me.
Oh,
But
lovely.
they do the oyster shots.
Do they?
In there. Oi.
Oi.
And it's January, and you get the oysters. So where were they coming from?
To have a hand roll named after you, James, that's pretty impressive.
I just got a big mouth. I got my own show. You have your own show. You could go in there and
Wow.
we'll make a roll for you.
When the show is a success, which I know it will be, plus, the way I've designed the show, it's very open to franchise possibilities as well.
Oh, that's lovely.
And we're hoping to do the adult life Las Vegas, the adult life Los Angeles,
Miami.
Miami.
See, which
New
is
York.
what you guys did on MTV.
And then
Yes.
And then international. Adult Life International.
Yeah, of course. There's so many possibilities, and
And look at these people coming back. I mean, they got those two, the Hilton and the other gal, the two little blondes that had that glamour life thing.
Paris Hilton and
Paris Hilton
Nicole Richie.
Nicole Richie.
There we
Yeah.
go.
They're coming back.
They are. I didn't.
I didn't know Paris ever left.
Yeah, she's always been around, right?
But
Yeah.
they're bringing them back for
Yes,
a whole
they are.
new generation.
Yeah.
And my granddaughter's looking at that, and she goes, "Said I see that?" And I go, first of all, you're 4,
Right.
so no.
Right.
Second of all, you're 4. Why are you watching Terrifier?
Oh,
Yeah,
she should definitely not be watching
Oh,
that.
she loves that. She goes, well, Grandpa makes horror movies. And I go, yes, but you're 4 years old.
Yeah.
You should be, like, watching Teletubbies.
The Bluey.
Or Bluey or something like that. Not the clown pulling a baby out of a woman's stomach and throwing it against the wall. That's Terrifier.
That's Terrifier.
But the
That
kids
is.
love that.
They do. I've worked as you probably heard of Big Brothers Big Sisters. That I've worked as a volunteer Big Brother for about 30 years. And my last little brother Charlie, he was very into horror movies, and Terrifier, that was one of his favorites. So I remember going to see that, and it's terrifying. It's disturbing. I got to give him a lot of credit.
Willard. That's a terrifying movie.
I never saw Willard.
Willard with the rats?
Oh, Willard, yes, of course.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my God, old school. James, old school.
That will give you nightmares.
Okay.
You want to talk about a terrifying film that I saw when I was very young, probably about Charlie's age, was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about Nosferatu though?
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet.
No,
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the new
No.
one.
No?
Even though I love William Dafoe.
Sure.
You see the original in the black and white and stuff.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
That is a classic.
But
Yeah.
no. And the month of December, I went around and I surveyed probably close to 175, 180 young adults and asked them the kind of movies they wanted to watch. Interesting fact here.
Yeah.
95% of the women that I interviewed, all horror.
Yeah. It's made quite a comeback. It's very
65%
popular.
of the guys
I love horror.
wanted
Yeah.
rom-coms.
The guys wanted rom-com. I didn't
So
I didn't
good.
expect that.
Dude, he's coming up and he's going, when is Jennifer Aniston gonna do another movie? Yeah. And I go, and then you see this girl and she looks so dainty and she goes, oh, I like it when the eyes are popping out and everything. I like the horror movies. They make me wet between the legs. They love the horror movies. They do.
The horror movies are fun.
But girls love it. Why do women love horror movies so much?
Yeah, that's a
I
good question.
think it has something to do with dopamine. I think watching horror movies, it's like
Dopamine? What is
microdosing.
that, like fentanyl?
No, it's.
No, I'm
it's
kidding.
a-
I know what
Dopamine is naturally produced.
I was
Dopamine.
about to give you a psychology lesson.
Yeah.
So I think because it's almost like microdosing adrenaline, and girls, we talked before the show started about misogyny and the way women have to live constantly on edge and afraid. It's
Yeah.
like we get so used to it that like we need that to like get dopamine. It's like, why are girls into rough sex? Why are girls into horror movies? It's the same answer.
Are you into rough sex?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always the little quiet, innocent ones, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Tie me up, put on a Trump mask, and screw
Oh no!
no!
Okay, no,
Not
now
the Trump
that's a
mask.
horror movie.
No Trump mask. That's where we draw the line.
I'm drawing the line.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Put on a Trump mask and let me peg the shit out of you. How about that?
Oh,
Peg.
boy.
All right.
And now the phone lines are lighting up right now from the MAGA people. Hello, caller one. Marjorie Taylor Greene, how are you?
Oh.
Let's hang up on her. Sorry.
All right, we're going to break away for a commercial. When we come back, we've got the news and what you must watch from the mall.sexy and taking more of your phone calls right after this. Inside the industry, Aria and Damien are here with me. We've got the news coming up and what you want to know. They're having a shot right now. And I would be remiss if I didn't bring this out. Rosca de Reyes.
Oh my.
This is
Are you
the
kidding me?
special cake that comes out after the holidays. This signifies the time when the three wise men went to go and
See
look for
Jesus.
Jesus. Yes. But they can't be that wise because they got there late.
And they're men. I kid.
I don't know. Does that smell okay to you?
It smells like, it smells yeasty.
Yeah, there's a little bit of yeasty, but it's
Ooh, it does remind
it's
me
okay.
of a boy-girl thing.
I had a feeling that was going to come up after a while. Here, here's to
Cheers.
here's to a very happy 2025
Yes,
and
happy
success
New
for
Year.
all of us. Absolutely.
This, I don't know. This does smell a little funky. Oh, ugh. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm taking that back.
Well, Lainey Spicer was right, James. You're a terrific host.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, you got your hooch there. called boots back in the old days.
Ooch.
Hooch. We called it hooch.
What do we call it now? What's the Aria?
Courage.
This is your question towards you.
Oh,
Now we could have Mexican hot chocolate.
the drink.
Oh, the drink. There.
You know, the scissor.
Close enough.
This is delicious. So there's that. There's a whole bunch of other little stuff, but if you want a little dessert, these are fantastic. These are called bon maman. They're little tartlets.
Oh,
Okay.
I can relate.
And
Sounds
You're a
very
little
sounds very French.
you're not tired.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's more of
Yeah.
Aria's department, but you can certainly relate.
Try one of these little tarts here. Oh,
So, James, I want to hear more about your mainstream work, the stuff that you did in the past.
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
curious about that.
you're the guest. We talk about you. Yeah.
Hold on, wait one second.
No, you were just asking that because you have food in your mouth. All right. Let's give our phone number to call in. You can call in right now and talk to us at 818-231-2580. That's 818-231-2580. If you're calling from overseas, remember to put in that 011.
Right.
That international code.
Yep, for overseas.
Yeah. Because I had some fans calling from Europe and they were like, we couldn't get through. And I go, you have to put the 011 in. All right. We got a couple of questions from some of our fans here. Guy wrote in, Aria Banks, congratulations on your 199 IAFD credits. You are definitely a productive performer in the industry. Of all the production companies and distributors you've worked with, who are your favorite top 3 and what do you like the most about them?
I really, really love working with Vixen Media Group.
They great?
Yes, they always, I feel like they really spoil their talent. And it's always such a luxurious, like pampered day on set when I do Vixen.
Who's male talent you worked with on that?
I've worked with with Vixen Media Group. I've done Blacked and Blacked Raw, and I've worked with Anton Harden. I've worked with Jay
Jason?
Hefner, which rest in peace.
Yeah.
And also
Jason Love? Or Isaiah?
No. I have worked with Isaiah in the past. I'm trying to remember the third one. That I believe was Rocket Power, who is amazing. Yes, Rocket Power.
You know, I do the Urban X Awards with Gianna.
Yes.
And I met him this last year.
He's
And,
lovely.
Very nice, very nice young man. So polite, very professional.
Very.
That makes me feel good about these young guys coming up.
Yes,
They got
yes.
class. you know.
Some of them do. Some of the male talent that have come up recently in the past year or so have really impressed me with their amount of talent and their amount of
Professionalism.
yes, of course. And even their success. I like within the past year, like some of these male talents are seeing like unprecedented like popularity for a male talent, for a
Yeah.
straight male talent.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
When you, if I could just interject a question, when you say talent and explain that, what makes a young male performer talented? What makes him
What makes him
great to work
talented?
with? Whatever that definition
Well,
may
besides 8 to 12-inch cock.
be. Besides that,
Okay,
yes.
so perhaps manners and
Exactly. Sorry.
Well, that's with all due respect.
okay. Well, I won't deny that I am a size queen. It's okay to have a preference, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
course.
So what, you want like Godzilla ones?
No, I mean, if I'm being honest, my perfect size is 8 inches, 8 inches.
Wow.
That's my perfect size.
You got a list, don't you?
Yeah. Anything more than like 8, I can do 9, but it's a bit much. And then anything above 9, I'm just like, it's way too much.
Yeah.
Now, what about in your personal life?
No, yeah, like that's what I prefer.
Wow.
But I like a variety of things because I also really like I do professional dominatrix work on the side sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah, and I'm really into that lately. I'm like really, really, really into the submissive man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, I don't bite James.
Wow.
But yeah.
Take you out for sushi and you're like, shoving like yakitori sauce bottles up my ass or something.
Not unless you ask very nicely.
Okay, Damien, I have a question for you.
Okay. Listening.
Your 2 awards, 27 nominations, 11 Emmys clearly defines your reputation as a consummate professional in the adult industry. Based upon the technical aspect of what many of your nominations are, from the camera aspect, if you were a set designer, what do you see as strengths of many adult industry sets as how you would improve most sets?
Wow, that's a terrific question. The first answer I would have is what I've seen on some porn industry sets, not all, but I find the lighting or the rather flat. So I would think that I'd want to add a little more dimension to it, a little more of a, which I guess is also philosophically the way I see the adult industry is I want to add an extra dimension to it.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting question to ask me. I think that lighting for porn obviously is very different than lighting for broadcast and different, obviously but at the same time, someone told me a long time ago, tell the story with your lens. Always find out what is the most important moment. How can you, whatever that is, give the director what he doesn't have, tell the story with your lens, and always, because television is a two-dimensional medium, whether it's broadcast or you're always looking for depth. You're always looking to make it a three-dimensional medium, and so to a certain extent, and that applies broadcast, porn, whatever. You want to portray the performers in the best light possible, but you also want to portray the scene, the environment in the best light possible.
Right. I feel like people do, like, especially producers and people in charge of the background often see porn as very two-dimensional and superficial, just to churn out a product rather than looking at like how it can be made into an art.
That's a good point.
Sure.
You both made good points there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the essence of what we do is telling a story, whether it, however that story unfolds, I think.
But that's so erotic, though. Like the story of it, the chemistry, the anticipation,
that's
how
what's
the
sexy about it.
The context is so sexy. To take that away, to take the story away from it, takes away some of the eroticism. In my opinion.
Now, Aria, if you had a budget that was a good sized budget,
okay,
and you could make any kind of movie you want, what would you
Oh,
create?
good question.
Okay, so I was thinking about this recently. I'd really, really like to do. First, musical theater porn would be just hilarious and so fun.
Which we've done.
I'm sure. Rule 34 is, if you can think of it, there's porn of it, right? So I'm sure anything that I can think of has already been done. But also Victorian era, like Rococo, like.
We've done it.
Of course. But if I could do it. I haven't done
Like
it.
Renaissance porn.
Yes.
We did the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Victorian era is
That was before
after the
Renaissance. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a
we did
history nerd.
No, thank you. I'm more last century history nerd, but you're pre-industrial revolution history
Yes,
nerd. Okay,
yes.
Oh,
all right, look at that.
Yes.
Very well balanced.
I like
very well balanced cast.
I like medieval history and I like Renaissance history, the Gothic period, the Victorian
So you
period.
would
So yeah,
make a
everything
porn like
pre-industrial.
Oh, that's so
revolution.
interesting. I love European history and Russian history.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
I'm writing a novel now about what if the Industrial Revolution never happened.
So why don't you do it?
Why don't I do what?
Do that.
The Victorian.
We can make it industrialized.
Do a short version on OnlyFans of that.
I need to find a Victorian dress, and I'm so picky. I need to find a good Victorian
There's
dress, and I totally would.
Western costumes out here in the valley.
Well, the Western is
Glendale
the
costumes,
Western
that's
is
great.
Victorian, but I'm looking for more like European Victorian. Like I said, the Rococo stuff.
Glendale costumes.
Okay.
Okay. In Glendale, California, they have wonderful stuff like that. But go around and then just get your talent and shoot. It's kind of like doing a little pilot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I'd love to like have a little like love story, like Pride and Prejudice with it, you know?
Why
Just
not?
like really,
Really?
sexy, like yearning.
Wow, Pride
like,
and Prejudice. It's a
Yeah.
little, Merchant Ivory. Throw a little production value into it.
Exactly.
Good for
'Cause,
you.
I mean, we did porn Shakespeare stuff. It just didn't work because the talent was so wrong.
Oh, well,
You
it's
gotta
difficult
find
to
someone
be.
with a passion for it. You have to find the right. I feel like when even
And
probably
not
in the
delivering
mainstream.
lines like
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves when he first started out. What thou sucketh thy dicketh, I'm comingeth. You can't be like that. You gotta.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't think that was probably
You
the
gotta
best
put
way to go.
passion in it. You gotta put the
Romeo,
passion.
Romeo, give me your bonio. You gotta be careful with this
Yeah.
stuff.
Of course.
But I love that idea.
You like
Pride
that?
and the Prejudice, sure.
Yeah. Sure.
You like that?
I do, absolutely.
Yeah, go for it, honey. Do that
Hey,
this
what are you
year.
waiting for? Come on.
It's the beginning of the year. Why don't you set that and do it?
I'll set that intention, set that goal for the year is to make my
Pride and
Victorian
Prejudice.
porn.
Yeah,
Prick and
why not?
Prejudice.
Yeah, why not? I think it would be
And any other questions we could answer, or
No,
I'm
I
just
think
curious?
that's it. We're gonna go
Okay.
to the news right now.
All right, so
Okay, Avian Hall of Famer Holly Randall has launched XSIV magazine. You can get more information at xsivmag.com. AEBN has revealed their top 10 signed stars of 2024. Penny Barber and Sir Peter were the top stars of the year for the straight and gay theaters. Some of the stars that got on this list include Penny Barber, Dee Williams, Lauren Phillips, Kenna James.
Kenna James, one of my cast members.
Yes.
She's terrific.
Coco Lovelock, Julie Ann, Cyrene DeMar, and Magdalene St. Michael's and Jennifer White and India Summer. That is incredible because I know Magdalene really isn't doing a lot of scenes too much anymore. I think Cyrene is doing some. India, I don't know if her doing anything, and I don't think Julianne has been performing for a while. Coco Lovelock.
I thought
is
Julianne
pop.
retired, I thought.
Yeah, she retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's a trivia question. Before she was calling herself Coco Lovelock, she used to go by what porn name?
Ah, she told me, but I don't remember. It was Coco Chanel, maybe?
No.
No.
Coco Lovelock, before she was Coco Lovelock, was known by this stage name. What was it? What did they say in the chapter?
That one I don't know. I'm not even gonna take a guess at it.
C-O.
Yeah.
Cock.
It was Coco Lovecock
Oh.
or Coco Loves Cocks.
Oh, there you go.
Which was
Perfect.
very difficult too when she went to DMV, get her registration. All these guys are looking at her, hey, Coco loves a cock.
Yeah. And of course, you get the cream of the crop at the DMV.
Yeah,
Of
oh,
course,
yeah.
you're gonna get the best men there.
Yeah, the best 3 and 4 inch guys you could find in the San Fernando Valley. Yeah, but all right. Penthouse has revealed the January Pent of the month is Brooke Tilley. Visit Brooke
bless her.
Tilley at
Bless her.
penthouse.com. Molly Little and Emma Rosie, love both of those gals. They're in a bunch of new virtual reality releases from VR Bangers. I love working with those guys. Go check out the new releases on vrbangers.com. Rachel Steele has a new production company called Red MILF Productions, and they have got lots of new scenes that are coming out, so go and check it out. And Addis Foch, she's been on this show before. She started just starting out in her career, but she has already landed the cover of the January issue of Hustler magazine. Congratulations, Addis. And she's also been named Hustler
girl,
Honey
Addis.
of the Month for January. Now our good friends at the mall.sexy, it's more than just shopping. You can also watch some great movies there at the mall.sexy. Check out these movies this weekend. Why not? Why not? What are you gonna do? You binge watched everything during the holidays. Watch some porn. Go to the mall.sexy.
What's wrong with you people? Come on.
Yeah.
Get with the program.
Check out Lapdog with Bella Rowland and Charlotte Sims. Cheeky 14 with Kitty DeVille, and Queenie Satin. Cheating with the Boss 2 with Chloe Temple and Melina Melendez. And the career perspective is on our dear friend Asia Carrera, who started her career in 1993, has appeared in over 400 movies. She became the first Asian performer ever to win the AVN Female Performer of the Year award.
Oh, that's
Retired in
ancient history. That's terrific.
2003. She has been involved in so many things, but she was also in a documentary called After Porn Ends in 2012.
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
Yes, yeah. But you can go to the mall.sexy and check out some of her movies, including Porn Star Legends with Asia Carrera, Legends with Asia Carrera, and A Witch's Tale with Alexandra Silk, lovely gal, Anna Mall, and Asia Carrera. And speaking of Legends, you are going to find Legends at the Inside the Industry Legends booth at AVN Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Check out some of the stars that I got. Besides yours truly, James Bartolet, you got Christy Canyon, you got Ginger Lynn, you got Misty Stone, Dominique Simone. Wow. Gage. That's right. James is bringing Gage back. Priya, I'm on the air. What else? We have Priya. I'm on the air. Aren't you watching? Okay. Also at the Inside the Industry Legends booth, this woman who just rudely interrupted my talking there, Priya Rai, is going to be there. Also, Brad Armstrong. Wow. Brad Armstrong is going to be in our booth.
Okay.
LT is going to be in our booth. Another big legend. Mickey Lynn is going to be in our booth. Another legend. Jennifer Lopez's dry cleaner. Another legend. We've got legends all over the place. It'll be in the Inside the Industry Legends booth. Wow, seriously? Wow.
Just we'll use that music for the credit bed.
Priya, what part of I'm on the air don't you understand? Okay. So, she's probably calling to tell me your backyard is on fire.
Well,
I'm watching you on Fox News. Your backyard's on fire. Yeah. Get out of your house. All right. Now, we still have a contest going on. You still have 8 days to enter this contest. What is this contest, you ask? Well, I guess he must have just crawled out from under the pier.
James, what is this contest?
I'll tell you. This contest is where we're giving away 5 passes. Like Willy Wonka gave away 5 tickets to kids to go to a chocolate factory. You're going to go to the Love Factory and go to the AVN Expo. Not one day, but all 4 days. Okay? You will win a free ticket. The value is hundreds and hundreds of dollars each for this. Okay? Thank you, AVN, for being so cool and giving this pass. Okay? So 5 of you can get a chance to go to the AVN Expo, right into Inside Contest at gmail.com. That's insidecontest at gmail.com. Put AVN Contests in the header. Now, if you're watching this live or you're watching this on the repeat, that means you got to get that entry in by January 16th. I'll be nice. January 18th. How's that?
It also means you've got 6 days to cancel your free trial.
Yeah. Now, also, we are giving away 4 free tickets to go to X3, which is XBiz's big signing event at the world famous Hollywood Palladium next weekend. So write in now. You've got until Sunday to enter that contest. Again, insidecontest at gmail.com. Put X3 contest in the header. I'm giving away 4 tickets to go to X3. Such a deal. Come on. And I'll throw in some tartlets. Okay. So enter those contests right now. Anything you want to tell your fans out there? This is your opportunity.
Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting everything I do. Without you guys, none of my life would be possible. So thank you. You guys mean so much. Love you.
Wonderful. And Damien, anything you want to tell to young filmmakers out there, or camera people, or fans of all of your work?
Good question. Hopefully what I say is not too cliche, but I really do believe that when you get into this business, you certainly have a certain dream, or you have a certain vision. It's very easy to get pigeonholed and sidetracked. So I will say this to,
that's a good point.
yeah, I will say this to a lot of young people coming in the business. Whatever your dream is, pursue that, not necessarily because it's your only option, but because it's your favorite option, and other people will try to dissuade you to take on other roles, or will take, so I had a vision I had a goal when I was in my early 20s to become a broadcast television cameraman, and was very, very lucky it worked out for me. But I had a lot of people try to, pull me in different directions as I was coming up. And now I have a vision to make a terrific reality show about the adult business, and I've had nothing but...
It sounds exciting, the adult life.
It does,
Yeah.
and thank you. And I've had just nothing but great people support me. And the fact is, I've also had a few people... You're always going to have people that will root against you.
No, let's not
Yeah,
go on
so...
the negative.
There's always that in the business. There's always a lot of people that will try to pull you in different directions and make you self-conscious about your ambition. And never be self-conscious about being ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing. Don't think less of yourself for being ambitious, because there are a lot of people that will try to do that to you, and
Yeah.
you deserve much better. So that's my message to anybody. I was like a 20-year-old who had a wild hair up his ass and decided I want to be a cameraman. And, 11 Emmy Awards later, things are still going pretty well.
Wow.
But I mean, I'm just saying I had no natural talent. It was just, this is what I wanted to do.
Driven.
And it worked out well.
Yeah.
And I wish that level of success and a lot more to everyone who's trying to break into this business.
And I don't think you're taking a big career risk by working with adult stars. No.
Not in the slightest.
No.
No.
It's 2025.
It's not a risk at all. If anything,
No.
it's a real...
Boost.
Yeah, I mean,
for real.
for lack of a better word, it's just a great adrenaline rush. After 35 years in broadcast, it's so terrific to see this other part of the entertainment industry and meet such terrific people
Thank you.
like both of you and the people that have been part of this project and helped me develop this show, who have been so supportive and so genuine. Every day I spend with them, every day I work on this project, I will give myself credit that I feel like I think I had the right idea. Like, I give myself a lot of credit. I knew that these people were really interesting, had a great story to tell, and were, very genuine, terrific people who were comfortable in their own skin. And that's the kind of show I wanted to make. And every day I spend developing this project, that notion I had is reinforced. And I'm blessed for that. I really am blessed. So, good people. I'm surrounded by good people.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be happier.
Well, I think that this is a nice little thing to end with here. A little note to make. It's a brand new year. People making the resolutions. Oi, why bother? You're going to only have it for 48 hours and stop. But make a resolution for something for the whole year. Is surround yourself with more positive people.
Yeah.
More people that will be good. Not for you making necessarily a lot more money or getting laid more.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I mean, more money and more sex.
Get laid and get money.
That's right, Size Queen. Yeah. But enriching yourself with people that are going to keep you happy all the time.
That's
that are going to be there for you, that call you up, on a holiday, or return your calls, or return your emails or your DMs or something like that. People that have positive things to say when they call you or you call them. People that are on this next level, because that's what you want to do, is come up to that level too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
And to progress in this industry, whether it's adult or mainstream, is having a positive attitude is what keeps you in the game constantly, and keeping you in the know, and keeping you popular and beloved not only by people you work with in the productions, but with the fans as well. Okay? Be a good, positive person. Be a nice person. Be nice when you're out, and when you're in public, don't put on airs. You know, fellow performers out there that are watching it, and they see them walking around like, oh, and I was like, wow, seriously? You're making porn. There's no reason for you to put on these airs like you're, and I know some very big name celebrities, and they don't act like that.
Right.
They don't.
There's a great saying I heard when I first started in the broadcast industry. They said, the people that are really, really talented but are difficult to work with, they'll get some work. The people that are maybe not top of their game but are really fun to be around and really a good part of the set, they'll get some work. The people that work the most are the ones who are extremely talented and also very, very humble, and just know that, hey, this is a team effort, and no one is more
Keanu Reeves.
perfect example of a real professional, enormously talented, and one of the nicest guys.
He's
Yeah,
great.
and those are the people that will last in this business.
Yeah, I've known him personally. I've known him working with him, and just a super, super nice guy. And see how nice he is to the fans, and how nice he is on the set. And then there's people that work in this adult industry, and I've seen them, the real nice people, and they keep working all the time. Angela White is a perfect example of that. She is a very, very sweet person. She is super nice and wonderful to work with, and very professional.
Oh, people like having her around.
Yeah, people like having her around, and like having her on the set. Now, there'll be some girl that could have the same type of body, but just has got this piss poor attitude.
Yeah.
Now, you're a nice person. Everybody says how nice Aria Banks is.
Oh, thank you.
And you're very sweet and on time and professional and no drama and stuff. And you come and you do your work and you get your check and you go home, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Just another day at the office.
Yeah. I know a lot of girls like Lulu Chu. I mean,
love her.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Misty, she might be late, but I'm going to tell you, she's one of the consummate actresses in this adult film industry. She really, really, really is. And she should have been nominated for Best Female because she does great work. But there are wonderful performers out there. Go out, watch some porn this weekend. Watch some mainstream projects. Get outside, get some fresh air. Unless you live here in Southern California,
in which
don't
case,
go outside unless you have the mask on, because it's just too smoky out there. Let's just hope they get those fires put out very soon, huh?
Yes, thank you to our firefighters, huh?
Thank you.
God bless them.
Yes, thank you to the firefighters and the first responders.
The first responders.
Yes.
Absolutely.
First responders.
Yes.
Till next time, I'm James Bartolet.
I'm Aria Banks.
I'm Damien Tufaro.
Good night and good sex.